Well, I'm Cheap Charlie. Today we're going to fix this parquet floor. Patiently, we will get it done. Cheers. Well, welcome to the wonderful world of parquet flooring. You might start off with a little spot like this, but it's best to keep picking at it to make sure that everything is good and solidly glued down. And then you end up with a spot like this. But no big deal. It's best just to keep picking at it and make sure it's securely glued down to the floor. There used to be a fridge here. It leaked a bit. It slowly crept up and now you got a mess after a couple years. Well, we got this little area here cleaned up. So all is well. Afterwards, I'm going to lay a piece of plywood with a little bit of weight just to make sure it gets glued to the best of my abilities. So, got this area. Fortunately, it's picked back way back there, way to here. So I'll glue this area and then we'll put the wood pieces in. And then same thing, afterwards put a piece of plywood down with some weight so that way it shoves the wood pieces into the glue and gets it bonded very nicely, and hopefully it lasts for a very long time. But we're getting there. Patiently, we can get this done. So we're going to do an area about this big. That's about 2 feet long. Up here is about 18 inches, I'm guessing. And then up there is about 8 inches, give or take. A few thousand miles. Let's get her done. So for this, you'll want to sweep or use a vacuum cleaner, use a scraper, scrape up any loose glue, and then that way when you're putting the new glue on, things are going to glue nicely back together. So we're getting things all nice and glued. Now we'll carry on at getting this part patched. So sometimes when you're pushing down the pieces, you get a little bit of glue. Make sure you got a rag or some paper towels. And just get that glue wiped up the best you can. There you go. So the floor looks really good in this spot. We're going to lay down a piece of plywood. Get this heavy piece of chrome on top for some weight, so then that way the floor is going to have the best result of staying glued down. So for the parquet floor, you can use a wire brush, a piece of sandpaper, you can use a bench grinder, but at the same point you got to be very careful as the pieces are small. But anyways, you can get that the work for you. There's lots of other ways of getting the parquet floor cleaned up. If you have to, you can use a bench grinder just to clean up this piece if you want a little bit smaller. You can use different methods. You can use a miter box saw. Same thing, be very careful as these pieces are very small. But that spot that you seen earlier, I think it's about 4 hours. I think that got it done. Not really keeping track of time, but it takes a bit of time. But yeah, so there's lots of ways of getting it done. So thanks for watching today's video. Cheers.